ex-servicemen were boasting about their past conquests. When I was in the army, I had hundreds of girls wherever I stationed. We soldiers were real men. Rubbish, replied the admiral. I bet I slept with far more women than you. Girls like sailors. Okay. When did you last sleep with a woman? Demanded the soldier. About 1958, replied the admiral. You see, you call that being a ladies' man? Said the soldier. The admiral looked at his watch and said scornfully, well, it's only 22:10 now. What's blue and fucks grannies? Hypothermia. An old man hobbled up to the ice cream counter and asked for a chocolate cornet. Crushed nuts? Asked the salesgirl. No. Arthritis, he replied. Two old ladies were on holiday in Greece and had launched up at one of the local museums. As they wandered around, they came across a magnificent 12-foot statue of a Greek god, naked apart from a fig leaf. One of the old ladies stood transfixed. Come on, Mabel, said the other. What are you waiting for? Christmas? No, just autumn, she replied. A very vain man who spent more time in the gym lifting weights than he did at work decided he wanted a full-length mirror in the bathroom so he could admire himself. He went down to the local second-hand shop to see what was on offer. We've got plenty of mirrors, sir, said the shopkeeper, but if I was you, I wouldn't pick this one because it has strange powers that don't always do you any good. But the man's curiosity was aroused and he insisted on buying that particular mirror. The next morning, he looked at himself in the new mirror and realized he was not as well endowed as he thought it would be. Okay, mirror, he said, if you've really got special powers, give me a willy that touches the floor. And the man's legs fell off. The social worker was doing the rounds at the local residential home and she stopped to talk to Bob, who was 92. After she had helped him to cut up his food, she noticed a bowl of nuts on a small table next to him. I was given them as a present, he said, but I don't want them. You're very welcome to them. Now the social worker was very fond of nuts, so she nibbled away on them as she continued to chat to old Bob. As she was about to go, she commented, "Thanks for the nuts. It's an odd present to give to someone with no teeth." "Oh no," he replied. "When I was given them, they had chocolate on." A young journalist was asked to go and interview a celebrated old colonel who had moved into the area. Now, the old colonel's reputation for bravery was well documented, and the journalist decided to try and get a different angle on the interview. After chatting for about 20 minutes, he then asked the colonel if there had been any time when he was really frightened. The colonel thought for a moment and then replied, "There was a time when we were deep in the jungle, on the track of a bunch of renegades, when suddenly a lion jumped out at me and roared, 'Arr! Bloody hell! I shit myself.'" The journalist was thrilled with the story. "When was that?" he asked. "When did that happen?" "Just now, when I went, 'Arr!'" replied the colonel. When do you realize you're getting old? When you have dry dreams and wet farts. What's the difference between a stick-up and a hold-up? Age. A little boy and his grandpa were sitting on the garden when the little boy said, "Grandpa, Grandpa, See that little worm over there? I bet I can put him back into his hole. Grandpa accepted the bet, and they agreed on 5 pounds. You'll never be able to do it, lad. The worm is too limp to be pushed back. The little boy disappeared inside and came back with a can of hairspray. He sprayed it all over the worm until it became as stiff as a board, and then quietly, easily stuck it back in the hole. See, Grandpa? I win my bet. Grandpa handed over 5 pounds and said, I'm just popping into the house. I'll be with you in a little while. Sure enough, 10 minutes later, he reappeared and handed the boy another 5 pounds. But Grandpa, you've already paid me, said the boy. Ah, yes, smiled Grandpa. But this is from your grandma.